One and two, who's your goats?
Jordan and Kobe, 1 and 2.
Sign. Sign. You're lying.
But he
Why
was-
is LeBron better? Why is he better, Fies? Why?
Statistically, he's better. You're talking about rings. Here's the problem with people that are always. Oh, this is gonna have to be a offline discussion.
How is he better statistically? What, that he played for 40 years?
Sorry, wrong sport.
We'll have a discussion afterwards, man. That's crazy to me.
There was like 2 years ago, I went to a Sixers game, and I mean, they weren't playing nobody that good, but I got some nice seats, man. I showed up, man. Embiid, Maxey, and Harden sat.
Yeah.
How'd that make you feel?
Bro, I was so mad, dude. I was so
Exactly.
freaking mad. You don't even know. You don't even know how mad I was, man. All three of them. All three of them. I
And
got to
that's
watch
the thing.
Tobias Harris. The hell am I doing?
Oh,
Who, by the
man.
way, he's having basically the same year that Paul George is having right now. So
You thought that would have been enough grade, man. Let's get into the Eastern Conference in a little bit. I wanted to shout out a couple more things in the Western Conference. Little bit more glazing for LeBron and Feisty's daddy, but he's got the all-time 30-point games, 40-point games.
he's been playing for 100 years. He's been playing for 100 years. I don't care. So stupid.
I'm sorry. I didn't know that was a bad thing.
Only
It is a bad thing because we're sick of him.
Maybe for you.
Hey, you're right. He did surpass Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for most minutes played all time. He is now the all-time minutes leader.
What a warrior. What a warrior.
Oldest and youngest player to score 40.
Kobe picked him up half court. He was trying to teach him. He was trying to say, "Hey, young bull, this is what you do, man. You pick people up half court in the All-Star game." You think it would rub off on him. You think it would have rubbed off. He could have kept the game alive.
Fine. 1 and 2, who's your goats?
Jordan and Kobe, 1 and 2.
Kobe was from Philly, so
You're lying. Sign. You're lying.
Bro, how many? Okay, Kobe has been to how many NBA Finals? What is he 4 for 4? No, he's not. He lost once to the Pistons. He lost once.
Rings.
5 for 6. He's 5 for 6.
He lost to the Celtics one time.
No, and he lost to the
2008.
He lost to the Pistons too. He lost to the Pistons too.
5
okay?
and 2, 5 and 2 maybe.
Yeah. Okay, so we got that going for us right there. How many Defensive Players of the Year has he won? Because he freaking plays defense, dude. He's the man. He's probably the greatest scorer of the basketball that ever lived, skill-wise. I ain't never seen nothing like Kobe. Nothing
never
like Kobe.
won Defensive Player of the Year, but he was selected to 12 All-Defensive teams. So he was up there. He never won the award outright. But
why is LeBron better? Why is he better, Fies? Why?
Statistically, he's better. You're talking about rings. Here's the problem with people that are always. Oh, this is gonna have to be a offline discussion.
How is he better statistically? What, that he played for 40 years?
Sorry, wrong sport.
We'll have a discussion afterwards, man. That's crazy to me that you don't put. I get people that say MJ is the GOAT, right? Sure, MJ did it before LeBron, so you have to give him his flowers. You have to give him his prop. But there is no way in the right mindset that you do not put LeBron right next to him. You could put freaking Kobe third, whatever you want to do. If you want to talk about rings, Bill Russell should be the GOAT of all time.
I didn't say the amount of rings. I said the success. I said that he won 5 of 7, 5 times to the finals with 7 rings. I'm not talking about the 5 rings.
Okay, but look up Bill Russell's. How many times did he go into the finals? How many championships does he win
11
back to
rings.
back to back?
This Bill Russell argument is so tired. He is obviously not the greatest player that ever lived, statistically proven. Bill Russell is not, and he would say it, and he's been interviewed saying it. So just take
But
it from Bill Russell's
your
mouth.
argument, okay, so your argument is that so Kobe went to 7 NBA finals, right? And he won 5.
That's what I said like 3 times. Yes, that's my argument.
Okay,
Good reframing.
so I guess what's the point then? Because you're saying Bill Russell isn't one of the greatest players of all time because he didn't just win 11 championships. He didn't go to I don't know how many NFL or sorry, how many finals he went to. But statistically, how is Kobe any better than LeBron James? He has him in points. He has him in rebounds. He has him in assists. He has him in. What do you want me to name?
I'm talking about that's because LeBron has played for a zillion freaking years, man.
That's the thing, bro. That's an accomplishment itself.
Of course, but playing for 40 years does not make you the greatest player of all time.
But
Longevity
he has every stat except the rings and the playoffs. That's it. He's
Okay.
gone to how many playoffs has he gone to, and how many teams has he actually faced? He played the freaking Warriors how many times? 3 or 4 times, and 2 of them had freaking Klay Thompson, freaking Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and also Mr. freaking easy sniper Kevin Durant.
Yeah, he lost to the Mavericks, bro.
The Mavericks still have freaking one of the greatest freaking bigs of all time. How are you gonna say he lost to the Mavericks?
Yeah, and he was on a super team too, man. That team should have never lost, dude. He was so freaking soft in that series. He gave up. They were all talking shit before the series. We're gonna do it in 3. We're gonna do it in 4. We're gonna do it. No, you lost, bro.
I love you, Simon. But ultimately, I cannot agree with anybody who says LeBron is not number 2 if they say MJ is number 1. That's just my.
I'm not the only one, so you disagree with a lot of people.
That's fine. But realistically, LeBron had tougher opponents, right? Every team that Kobe or MJ has faced did not have 2 or 3 bigs who are soon, or not bigs, but like big players who are future Hall of Famers, right? Like how many teams did freaking MJ play that had at least
right that Jordan's toughest was the. Do people say this? I'm asking you, Simon, but obviously I'm biased to John Stockton and Karl Malone, and those were obviously the 2 big players. And everybody says kind of towards the end of their career, but obviously that's the only time they made it to the finals. So I'd still say they were.
Because he played Barkley.
Their best.
You could talk about the freaking Piston. That Bad Boys crew was tough, but how many of them are really Hall of Famers? Like you look at the teams that freaking LeBron played.
Oh my God! No! Are you comparing eras now that LeBron's era was tougher?
His opponents were definitely tougher.
Oh my God, dude! I can't even do this. They were talking about playing the Lakers with Magic Johnson and Kareem. You're talking about playing the Celtics with Larry Bird. You're talking about playing the Pistons with Isaiah Thomas.
Those guys were towards the end of their career, right? To be fair. Lakers, Magic, and Kareem and Larry Bird.
Well,
Jordan was a little bit after them.
He dethroned them. He took
over, but
he certainly did.
He was young.
He certainly did.
I think one thing that doesn't get I get LeBron. He has lost a lot of finals, and I think that gets.
What is it? 4 for 10? 4 for 10?
Yeah.
4 and 6. So he's made it 10 times, and I think it's.
But
easy
he went
to
like 9 years in a row.
Yeah, he went from 2011 to 2018. He went to the finals every single year, and that is insane. You want to talk about, I know there was a lot of things going on in Jordan's life and stuff, and he three-peated twice, and that's also very insane. But to go to the NBA Finals basically for the entire decade is impressive, very impressive. And, I think, yes, they should have beat the the Mavericks that
I
first year.
agree. I agree. That's the one team that I'm like, definitely should have, because they only had one realistically. I don't know, was Jason Kidd on the team
Jason
that
Kidd
time?
was on there, yeah.
Okay, maybe 1.5. Like, I'm not gonna give that much of credit to that team. Like, Dirk Nowitzki was crazy that whole series. Like, Jason Kidd, sure, he's a Hall of Famer, but was he the it guy? No. But
He
the
was
teams
old.
after that
Yeah,
he faced,
old at that point.
yeah, he was old at that point. But the teams that LeBron has faced, like facing the Warriors 3 years in a row with the super teams that they had, that shit drove me nuts.
The 3-1 comeback was insane.
That was
something
unbelievable. That was
that
excellent.
we never
That's just my
really
argument
seen.
is like, you cannot. I will give anybody who says MJ's the GOAT a credit. Like, but if you don't put the next guy as another guy who turned the
Get
league
LeBron
around,
or Jordan.
LeBron James as number 2, then you could say whoever you want after that. It just doesn't make sense to me. Statistically, he's there. Yes, the longevity is there, but nobody pushed any of those players out, right? Like, you look at the numbers that MJ was putting up his last 2 seasons versus the numbers that LeBron's putting up at 40 years old. He's still a better player overall. The only thing that he just has is the rings on him, the championship, the going 6-0.
Simon,
Yeah,
Kobe
go
only
ahead.
winning the MVP one time.
Yeah,
How do you
right.
put that guy at number 2 all time?
Yeah,
Let me ask
I
you
just for me, number one, he plays defense and he does it,
Mhm.
and he did
I
it.
agree.
And the only person, no, you don't agree, Fies. You
But
you
he does
did.
play defense. He
No,
does play defense.
yeah, but it doesn't factor into your equation.
Because it's the same thing people say about MJ. MJ played defense, and
Yeah,
he won defensive the player how many times?
yeah, he was
But
the
like,
best.
but the thing for me is LeBron could win defensive player of the year if he wanted to. Right?
Could he? Could he?
He's
Oh,
physically,
okay,
but he's
okay.
physically able to
Hold on.
compete with any position. Right? You can put him at any
Yeah.
position, and he could defend anybody on those positions. Anybody.
Yeah.
Am
Yeah,
I
then
wrong?
Yeah, then why doesn't he do it? Why didn't he do
I
it?
think, Feist, you kind of set yourself up. I'm
Why
on
didn't
your
he do
side,
it?
but you set yourself up for if he wanted to, and I think that's
Yeah,
the problem
that's
that we're getting a little.
I guess
especially with
yes.
the
But
All-Star
like, what I'm
game.
trying to say is that he could play any position and guard anybody, right?
Mhm.
Am I wrong about that?
No.
1 through 5, he could play it all, and he could guard the best of them. Yes, he doesn't win defensive player of the year any year. He's not on the defensive player all team or whatever it's called.
yeah.
But defense
I know. I
isn't
can't remember what
everything,
year it
right?
was.
Yeah,
I
it's
can't
only
remember what-
half. It's only half.
I
It's
can't
not
remember what
everything.
year
It's
it was,
only
but
half.
it was one of the Miami years where he did actually have one of the best statistical best defensive seasons
That's cool.
of all
Okay.
time.
Yeah.
Like he did try because he can do both. That's the thing is he's not it's not like Rudy where Rudy gets it because he is a shot blocker. Or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah, yeah.
Braun
But
can
that's
block
his
both.
game.
He can steal. He can do whatever. And that that's what you're saying. That was a year he tried. That was a year he tried to play defense. I think it might have been 2012 when they had a really good year when they beat the Thunder with KD and all them. But
Yeah.
it's certainly an era thing. I think that you can see that
Yeah.
right here, right? And I think I get both. I think what gets lost in LeBron's is how versatile he is. He is the all-time leading scorer. Yes, he definitely has played a lot longer. Why didn't Jordan play as long? You know what I mean? When he was 40, he looked a lot different than LeBron does at 40. Like that's certainly a thing. But
Yeah.
but LeBron is a pass first guy and he's the all-time leading scorer. And I think that's insane. He is a pass first guy. He's a point guard. It's going to be the debate that's as old as time, man. I mean, I think what you can't deny is those are the 2 most influential players of all time. Whether you hate him, whether you love him, LeBron is the guy after Jordan, right? I think that's a knock on Kobe. Is Kobe was like never the best guy.
Yeah, because he's always had to compete against
and
one or
then
the
it was
other.
LeBron, and then
Yeah.
but Kobe definitely competed, man. I hated him while he was at his prime, and he was beating the Jazz all the time. But
I hate Kobe
you
Bryant.
had to respect what he could do.
Yeah, I hate
It was
Kobe
insane.
Bryant. I absolutely can't stand the guy. He's in my. I mean, I have my. I won't voice all those opinions, but I can't stand him, but I mean, the Mamba. I mean, he was Jordan to me. He was,
That's what he
you
wanted
know,
to be, right? Like he
yeah,
copied everything
yeah,
from him.
yeah.
I
Oh
mean,
yeah, he was Michael Jordan to me.
100%.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is a debate that we can have for all year,
Oh, of
all day, any
course,
day,
of
man. And
course.
that was amazing to watch. I know that I'd like to talk a lot, but it was nice to just sit back and watch that show. That was quite entertaining.
Time, you know
What do
how
you
sad
think,
it is?
guys?
Time, can I just say this? You know how sad it is? I've made Excel. I'm not a, yo, I gotta share it with you. You know how sad it is, and I get so heated about this. I did this with my father-in-law. I was freaking having this same argument,
Oh yeah.
and I was listening. I wasn't even listening. I was just getting ready to get my rebuttal and just throw things at him. Like that's how bad. This is the best I've ever done.
I
I've
love
had
it. I love it.
it's so sad. I've made Excel sheets to show the players that they each played, the numbers that they. I will share it with you, Simon. I'm not even kidding
That's
you. I've made Excel
awesome.
sheets to show that the numbers those guys had, the players that they played against. Like I just have a hard time when anybody's like, okay, MJ is the GOAT. Sure.
Okay.
But if you don't put LeBron number two, I just have such a hard time. I get Kobe was a killer. I get that Kobe did things that LeBron didn't do. But influential wise, it went MJ and it went freaking LeBron. And you look at it even now, Steph overshadows what Kobe did, that Mamba mentality, because of what Steph has even done for the 3-pointer freaking stuff that we talked about. Like,
Yeah.
That's tough. Oh, that is
But
that
so.
is
but all, but
I hear
I,
you, but
my only problem with when you guys when you're talking about, and I'm not, again. I mean,
all
this is
love, bro.
this is absolutely, but this is an argument for a reason, because it's just so hard to quantify. I mean, that people, this is the NBA GOAT basketball argument is so fun.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Um, but it's so hard to just quantify. I mean, because we could say Wilt Chamberlain is the GOAT, or Oscar Robinson
Oscar
is the
Robinson,
GOAT.
dude. That don't
Yeah,
get enough love.
yeah. But as far as saying like change the game, or influence, the way that I see it from my perspective is
For
that
sure.
he influenced the game in a direction that I don't like.
Yeah.
You know
Okay.
what I
That makes
mean?
sense. Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah. That makes sense.
and I felt that Kobe tried to hold on to the game that was. So
Yeah,
that, and those things are important to me,
for
and
sure.
those
That
things
makes
help.
sense.
Those things help shape my
Yeah,
perspective.
for sure.
So
Yeah. No, that makes no 100% that makes
yeah,
sense, dude.
yeah,
Because for me, I'm like, you look at a guy who came into the league at 18 years old, didn't know what the heck he was doing, and
yeah,
to take this league from that age to now
sure.
makes a big difference in my life. And like he said, I watched the Kobe days. I hated Kobe. I wasn't even a Jazz fan, but every time he played the Jazz, he just had this mentality. It was like,
Yeah.
I'm a killer, you're in my way, and I'm gonna kill you and go through you. And so it's hard for me to say that that doesn't get perspective on it, right? Like that's hard for me to just say Kobe doesn't deserve at least top five, right? But for me, it's just hard. And again, my perspective, it's just hard for me to say if I can admit to that MJ is the GOAT, the real GOAT, because he did it first. And the reason why LeBron wears 23 is because of MJ, then people need to also admit that he is right there as number two. Like that's the thing that I have a hard time with is I can admit that MJ is the real GOAT, the number one GOAT, but then don't give me the freaking argument that Bill Russell's right there and freaking Magic Johnson and Larry Bird, like those guys changed the game. They brought attention to the game again, but they're not the GOAT, right? Like they're probably in the top 10 or whatever. So I used to get so I'm doing way better, man.
used
I
to.
could tell you were getting into it too, but I used to be I'd take a bullet for LeBron because of how passionate I was, the thing he's done for just the league and the way he has what he's done, right? And like you said, the Kobe did for you, and he was trying to hold on to that for the MJ era. But it's the thing that I have a hard time is the longevity. Well, yeah, because he's been able to take care of his body. Some things happened to MJ. Why didn't he continue playing? Why didn't Kobe continue playing? Right? Like rest in peace. But like he chose to go out on his own terms.
Yeah.
But
Well,
LeBron spent a
you are
million
aware,
dollars.
you are aware that it's probably 100% chance that Jordan would have won 2 times when he sat out and played baseball, right? I mean,
Oh,
he
100%.
I mean, that
Oh,
team was on the
100%.
top, and he
That's
was
what.
on the
Yeah.
top.
Because what did they
I
win?
mean,
55
the dude,
games when his first year they
yeah,
won 55 games.
I mean,
Which is
I
that's
mean,
another argument that gets like LeBron can't do it without help. Jordan didn't either. How many rings does Scottie Pippen have?
yeah.
6 rings. You know what I mean? It's a team sport for a reason.
Of course
It's a team sport for a
of course
reason.
it's a team sport, but I'm just saying, Jordan would have what, 9
And his
I wish.
championships?
I honestly, that's the one time I could wish.
his scoring could be insane because his like
Oh,
points
I
per
know.
game like was
Yeah,
like 30 or
30,
something for
30
like his
something,
career,
32,
yeah,
right?
36.
You know what
Yeah.
I
yeah,
mean? So he was definitely. I
yeah,
think and it's a stark contrast in generation. If
yeah,
if you were born pretty much around 2000, you're LeBron's the GOAT. If you're born before then,
Yep.
Jordan's the GOAT. And that's what
Yep.
always kind of happens. And I think that a lot of things like for LeBron that gets is the finals record for whatever reason, because I understand it. He doesn't have as many rings, and you got to make it to the ship. You got to win it all the time. That's why like we talk about football. Like the Bills have 0 championships, but they made it to the Super Bowl 4 times. That's real cool in a row, but they didn't win anything, right? But I think one thing that gets held against LeBron is that Mavericks loss because they were the far superior team. They had so many players and they choked in it. And LeBron did have a very bad series in that finals. But then I think like playing those Warriors teams with KD, those specifically those 2 years, those were some of the two. Talk about the worst years in the NBA. We knew from the moment the ball was tipped off
I
at
hated
first
those.
game of the regular season that the Warriors were going to
yeah,
win the championship. You know what I mean? So like,
yeah.
and LeBron had fucking. He didn't even have He didn't have Kyrie or Kevin Love in the last year, right? Like he had. I can't even remember who he had on that. J.R. Smith. Yeah, it was J.R. Smith. That was that one time they could have won Game
Stupid
One, and
freaking threw the ball
yeah,
up and he's like kicking it back out. Yeah. Freaking.
so I think those things get a little overblown, but like Jordan had a lot more first round exits. I think he has more first round exits in his career than LeBron does, and a lot of those years were the bad boy Pistons, that kind of thing. Don't discredit LeBron for making it, and then he was a lot of those years he was stuck. He was on a team. You want to talk about the first finals he made, the 2007 one with fucking Yilguskis or whatever his
Yeah.
name was, against the San Antonio Spurs, all of them in their prime. Like, there's no chance. It's just impressive that he made it. But I hear both sides. Like, Simon, the thing is, and especially when you see this like All-Star game bullshit where he pulled out of the All-Star game when, like you said, Kobe is full court pressing LeBron James, the best player in the league, in the All-Star game.
Yeah.
And one of the best, like I think one of the best photos of all time in the NBA is the All-Star game when LeBron's slapping the floor and stuff, and like but it seemed like he only wanted to do that against Kobe, you know what I mean? So
Those
I don't
days
know.
are over.
Hey, and that's what gets me excited about the Olympics. I was talking about that NBA roundup. That was some good basketball to watch. That's when
Yeah.
people actually cared. The USA, those players actually finally cared because the world was catching up, and they, we want to show off that the way the NBA is. I don't know. It's getting
Yeah.
crazy. Let's shout out another old head real quick. Move along. CP3 now second all time in steals and assists. He passes Jason Kidd in both of those. Probably will never touch, obviously, John Stockton and what he did in both of those categories. But congratulations to him on that. And let's get a little standing update on the West before we finish out with the East. So we've talked a little bit about it. Feist your Thunder crushing it right now, 46-10, 9-1 in their last 10, 13-point per game differential, dude. The Cleveland Cavaliers have 11.1. Those are the only two teams with double digit right now. You guys are killing it offensively, defensively. It's been awesome. And then the Nuggets at 38. What's that?
The defense, man.
Oh my goodness.
My God. Now, I always wonder about that stuff, and I can't take anything away from them. But when you does 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 that always say that they're playing really good defense, or does it say, hey, they have more time of possession and therefore the other team? You know what I mean? I always
Yeah.
want to know like what's going on, but I'm sure they still play really hard defense.
Vice, you probably know a little bit more. You watching the Thunder? How do you think? What do you think their
I
strategy
think
is?
that the biggest thing for them, they're playing really good defense. I don't think that they as far as the possession, I don't think that they're doing a whole lot on time of possession or anything like that. But I think the biggest thing is every player knows what they're supposed to be doing on defense and
Wow.
they play it. And I think that's where I guess I'm soft, is I don't care as much on defense. Like that's why I'm like LeBron is soft, 100%, right? But these guys, every single one of them is playing hard. Generally, all the starting five is playing hard. Having Arnstein, freaking can never say his name, but adding him as a big has helped us a lot because now Jet doesn't have to guard the big guys that he can't guard. He's just a freaking tall, skinny tree, right? So like he has more freedom to play the perimeter game and help out when it needs to be helped out. And these guys are just got hands, man. They're able to just make defense regret when they're dribbling. It's not an easy like take me to the paint. They're playing hard, and so I think it's more to their defense game than realistically them. And they play really well together, man. Offensively, defensively, you name it. They know who the guy is, and they just kind of work with it. And every single person is out there giving 100% every possession most of the time.
So sorry. I just looked this up because your Thunder are in a heated battle right now, overtime with the Minnesota Timberwolves. 124, 123 as we speak. 3 minutes
Well,
left in overtime. Holy crap, Minnesota came back with a 41-point fourth quarter to only 19 for the Thunder. This is insane. I got to try to pull this up
That's
or
good
something, but
stuff, bro.
they
dude,
beat them last night. We beat them last night. I think it was like
yeah.
30 to like I think we won by like 5 or 6 points or something like that.
And we
So
were just talking about it, right? Like
Hard to win back to backs, man.
SGA, not really a free throw merchant, is he? Well, let's check his stats here. 14 for 17 from the line tonight.
Wow.
17 free throws. Oh, no, the memes are going to stay alive, man. So we'll definitely follow that really closely. But let's move along with the rest of the standings. So Nuggets are 9 games behind, man. That's insane. That's a crazy lead in the West. Memphis right behind them, 37 and 20, 9.5. And then your Lakers at 11.5 games behind, 34-21. The Rockets having a surprisingly good season with
I know
Sengun and
where.
everything, 35 and 22. Clippers are somehow doing that with Ben Simmons. Must be the reason because they just
Yeah.
bought him. The Nets bought him out, and then the Clippers signed him. So must turn that around.
Yo, Kyle. The Bulls scored 142 on the Sixers, man. My God.
Tonight?
Yes.
Oh, no!
142.
They don't even have Zach Levine.
My God. Who
Oh,
scored?
no.
How in the hell?
Kevin Herter and Feist's old guy Josh Giddey with 25 points. Herter had a plus 30. Oh my
Plus
goodness.
30.
Look at this
Dude,
plus
plus
minus.
41.
Everybody in the team has like plus 40.
My God, this
and
team.
Paul George sitting at minus 28.
Oh, he's the worst.
Maxey
man.
minus 27. He shot
That's
3 for 10
unreal.
tonight.
That's
Oh
unreal.
my goodness.
142.
Lonzo, he only had 6 points. Damn, man.
That's crazy, man.
That is.
Well, Lonzo only. I wonder if Lonzo got hurt. He played 8 minutes, bro.
That's crazy.
I bet
Holy
Lonzo.
crap.
I bet Lonzo got hurt.
he's
Yeah.
probably still on minute restrictions too because they're still trying to
Yeah.
ease him into the season. But
Yeah.
But we got a
my
couple
God.
of we got a couple more teams. So like I mentioned earlier, the Kings are 28-28, the 10th spot. Minnesota is in 7, 31-27. So is Dallas. the team we're talking about, they're 31-27, and the Warriors 30-27. And let's switch into the Eastern Conference a little bit because Jimmy Butler finally got fucking traded out of Miami, man. This was the biggest. Simon, you guys had him for a couple of years,
Yeah.
and
We kept Ben
he's the
Simmons. We
same.
kept Ben Simmons and got rid of Jimmy Buckets.
I don't know, man. He's a great player, but he has done this shit everywhere he's been.
Yeah.
Saw him do this in Minnesota. Feel like did he do this in Philly where he kind of played this shit and wanted to get out? Like he didn't finish his contract or anything,
No,
right?
no, he did not. He didn't play like that in Philadelphia. He and Embiid actually, they actually got along pretty well. He never made any big. He never made
That's
any big
surprising. I
waves.
would think
Yeah.
he'd be pissed at Embiid.
No, they liked each other. They really
Wow.
did. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll
Embiid
give
was
him
real
that.
mad.
I'll
Yeah.
give him that. But I know he
Oh,
did that
he's
at
nuts,
Minnesota.
bro. He's nuts, man.
And then he did this in Miami. Dude, like 2 years ago, it was just like hunky dory. This is the best place I've ever been. I'm so happy. I love this team. Him and Tyler Hero and Bam are all best buddies. But yeah, so there was all kinds of stuff going on with this. Pat Riley and Jimmy Butler going at it. And you know, Pat Riley ain't going to give any fucking ground. That's the type of guy he is. And he was like, nope, we're not trading him. And I even saw like Jimmy Butler's agent like got mad at Shams for like saying that he did request a trade. And then 2 weeks later, I'm requesting a trade. Like it was
that's
some
BS.
bullshit, man. Yeah, and he got suspended for it. And then he was in all kinds of things. He went to face meetings where he told like Spoelstra and Pat Riley off. He went to practice and got benched, and then he just walked out a shoot around. It was just a messy situation, man. And I even saw reports. So I'll just say it. He got traded to the Warriors, to Golden State in a big 5-team trade. And like there was like these talks that Curry and Kerr did not want him because of what he'll bring into their locker room, which I understand that, but I don't know how true it was because Golden State ended up trading for him anyways. And then he immediately signs a 2-year, $120 million extension with the Warriors. Now the Warriors are 4-1 since acquiring him. I think he's averaging like 20-6 since they've acquired him, so he's definitely played a role. The trade was kind of just weird. Nothing really mattered. I mean, Miami was in there. Obviously, they got Andrew Wiggins, PJ Tucker, Kyle Anderson, first-round pick. Utah got Dennis Schroeder, who lasted a single day, and then we traded him for a bunch of nobodies and picks. And in total, we got a guy named KJ Martin, who I never heard of before, and 5 second-round picks. And we gave up Drew Eubanks and Patty Mills. So that's what the Jazz have done, which we haven't mentioned, by the way, but we're in the tank battle for Cooper Flag, baby. 14-42, sitting currently in the standings. New Orleans Pelicans 14-43. And then the Wizards and Hornets are the only ones that are close in the Eastern Conference. Wizards 10-47. They are just a shit franchise. But yeah, Detroit got like nobody. Toronto got like nobody. So basically, Golden State got Jimmy Butler. I think that Draymond has said, and Steph has said, this is kind of like their last run they're going to have, this last-ditch effort hoorah for a title run. And they played well, but I don't know. You guys think Jimmy Butler's going to be enough to give them a legit shot in the West? I don't think so either.
No. And by the way, KJ Martin was on the Sixers earlier this year. He's not bad, man. He's got some upside.
Yeah. I think he did just start for us a couple of days.
Yeah, he's been out for a couple months. He's been hurt, but
I think the other parts of the whole trade was just weird, right? Like Jimmy Butler forced his way out, and Jimmy Buckets is Jimmy Buckets, but the dude just is drama, man. Like that's the hard part is, do you want that kind of player? Even though he's Jimmy Buckets, do you want that kind of player on your team and bringing that drama to the healthy freaking organization? Like, and then to sign him right away to a 2-year, $121 million, you are trapping yourself. You should have seen it year by year, see how he does. To me, it doesn't make sense, but the Warriors, like you said, it's their last try to push for a championship, to try to solidify that dynasty that they had. I thought they were going to break up this last year, to be honest with you. I didn't think Steph was going to be there. I thought he was going to go team up with somebody else. I didn't think that they were going to keep freaking Draymond Green, but somehow he stays one more year. So I think the Warriors are done for. I think this is the last like wish that they had from the
Yeah.
genie, and he made it come true. And we'll have to see what happens. But you're locking yourself in because I think he still had 2 years left on his old contract or 1 year,
Mhm.
and so like you're locking yourself in for 4 years, and he's gonna be doing this every 2 years. So good luck, Warriors.
Wait, he's locked in for 4 years?
I think so. He had 2 years left, if I'm not wrong. And then he just signed a 2 year, 120 min 20 121
Really?
million extension. So technically, I think they would have him either 3 years or 4 years. I don't remember what his other
He
deal
just
was.
extended through the 2026-2027 season.
So basically, 3 years. Yeah, freaking
Yep.
idiots. Like
So
I would have seen it
25,
year by
20,
year.
wait, 25, 26, 20. Yeah, two and a half
Yeah,
years.
So I think they restructured kind
When
of, and
he's
then he
winning,
got his deal.
when he's winning, he's not bad. I'm telling you guys, man. It's
give me
when
buckets.
it's when things go bad. And Fies, you brought up a good point. I honestly, that was like going to be one of my hot takes. Like I thought Steph was going to go somewhere, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was feeling it. Like he wants one
76ers.
more. He ain't going nowhere now, man. No way.
He's retiring there. He's basically built his whole legacy with the Warriors. So he ain't going nowhere. And this is their last like push for him to get that one more ring or that one more win. But the way the
Hey,
West
man,
is, I don't see them doing anything
not
right.
happening.
No,
So
and that's the thing. I just don't know that what Jimmy Butler gives you. I guess what I have heard some things as far as like the minutes and the amount that because Steph moves a lot on the court, and Butler can take a little bit off of him that way. He can be a ball dominant guy, and yeah, I
He
don't know.
he's a
They,
dog in the playoffs,
he could
man.
do something, man. And
He's
that's
a
what
yeah,
I'm gonna
dog,
say.
dude.
yeah.
And it's been
His
entertaining.
playoff game is strong, man. Look at
Yeah.
his playoff numbers, dude. He was it last year? He threw a couple 40 spots on the board. Isn't that right,
He carried
bro?
that. I mean, they have guys like obviously they needed Tyler Hero, they needed Bam and everything. Bam Adebayo, I think, very underrated player. But when it came down to it, like, and I'm not comparing him, I'm not saying he's like this, but like, I feel like that he's the closest to the attitude. But like you said, Simon, when he's winning, when things are good, that's when he gives you that like Kobe kind of vibe,
Yeah,
kind
he's
of.
got a
You know what I
dog,
mean? He's got
dude.
that dog. But then when things go south, like to just quit on the Heat, I thought the Heat were finally going to be that team that like kind of settled him down. That he was like, all right, this is my place, and he was the guy. You know what I mean? And that
Yeah.
Yeah,
he would carry this team, and it just hasn't happened, man. And yeah, it was a shit show. It's over now. We'll see. They're still in the ninth seed. I mean, they got a lot of work to do. They're only a game out of the six, so they could definitely be in the playoffs here soon. But to catch those, the Thunder, the Nuggets, the Grizzlies, even the
yeah.
Lakers, I feel like is a little
They're not
unreachable
catching
at this
those.
point of the
Yeah.
season. You know
I
what I
am
mean?
so I am so I don't want to change the subject, but I am so excited the Sixers are about to tank. They're going to tank, dude, because Embiid. No, Embiid's
Yes,
dude.
they are.
He's
I,
done, bro. And we are sitting at the sixth pick right now, and I think we're only 2 games behind Portland right now, so we're going to get a top five. Y'all are going to get like a three pick, a three, right?
Yeah, we keep winning these stupid fucking games that we
But
really don't need to be winning.
but
But
we might get a five. Yeah, but it's still the same percentage, man. If you're in the top three, I
close.
think you got a 14% chance of getting uh, I
I'll
think
let
of
yeah,
getting the number one.
I'll
The
have to look
lottery.
it up. But yeah, that is a great way to
You
change the
got to be in the
subject, Sam.
top three. You got to be in
Yeah.
the top three. Shitty.
Mm-hmm. And right now, that is Washington. They are 10-47, and then you got three teams at 14 wins, each with
Yeah,
one different loss. Charlotte is 14-41, Utah 14-42, and New Orleans 14-43. Utah currently losing to Portland right now, 81-72. And Charlotte is currently losing to Sacramento 44-32. And another update on that Thunder and Minnesota game 129 128. Minnesota up by one right now. Oh boy, this has been a game, man. We should have just watched this game.
Yeah. How much time? How much time?
We got 10 seconds left. Timberwolves took a full timeout.
That means they got the
Trying to look at
ball.
the thing. So Anthony Edwards, yep, yeah, SGA just fouled, so they're just shooting free throws. So we'll
Yeah.
have to see if they can tie it up, send it to second overtime. But no, man, let's talk about your Sixers. That's a perfect way to
Oh
transition into it, man.
my
What
God! I don't
in
know if I
the
had. It's so
Hey man,
depressing,
we
man.
knew the Jazz were gonna suck this year. I've been calling them the Utah As all year.
Yeah.
But what the hell happened? Paul George, I mean, Feist has his opinions on Paul George, as we all know. But Paul George is supposed to be an upgrade, like we were talking about, over Tobias Harris. He's the same, if not the worse. Joel Embiid can't stay on the court. Like you said,
No.
it just came out today. He's maybe going to have another knee operation. I saw
Yeah.
Embiid was going to wait till the offseason, but now maybe
Yeah.
not.
I think he's on his third meniscus. They're thinking about doing some kind of radical thing where he may be out for over a year. Just because I think it's over, guys. I think it's done, dude. I don't think this knee. I don't know who the hell did his physical, dude. Would they have a freaking gynecologist do his physical? I don't even
Probably.
understand, bro. It doesn't even make
Probably.
sense. It makes no sense. I don't even understand. They just extended him for 4 years, man. We are so screwed. You cannot get out of this. We are so screwed.
Can you do a buyout, maybe?
How?
Yeah, I don't know how, because you owe him millions of hundreds of dollars, but
$210 million, man. We are so screwed. And Paul George is awful. He is awful. He is awful.
Do you want,
He
hey,
is
yeah, let me
so
give you a
bad.
stat. I
He
think
is
that
so bad.
he has more YouTube videos dropped than field goals made this season. Like, because he has that podcast. Have you seen his podcast?
No.
Push up or play up. Well, I call him push off P, but it's podcast P or something like that. Yeah, like he has more YouTube short.
I wish they would load manage him, man, because he's played in 30 games. I'm waiting for him to get hurt. I want him to get hurt, and oh my God,
Minnesota wins
you look.
131 to 128 over the
Yeah,
Thunder.
it was gonna be hard to win back to back.
Yeah.
But you look at a player. There's not a single player. No, there's two players I hate the most. Paul George is one of them.
Yeah,
He is so soft. You talk about a player who's soft.
he is.
He plays the system. He knows. So when him and Kawhi were together at the Clippers, did you know this man worked out separately from the team? You know this man went and traveled at his own place to do practices instead of being with the team. That I never understood. And it was a 70. You say the Cowboys are terrible, but the 76ers are the Dallas Cowboys of the NBA, dude.
Yeah,
These guys knew what Paul George was.
they're idiots,
They
man.
knew what he brought to the table, and you go out and get him when you could have gotten anybody else in the free agency that was hot.
I just
And you
don't
go
think
get
not many people wanted. I wanted Siakam. That's who I wanted, but he didn't
Oh,
want to come.
yeah.
I
Well,
I just think people don't want to come here for the basketball right now, man. It's so bad. But
Well,
yeah,
We
and
were
it's
supposed to have
bad.
this like super team, you know what I mean? Kyle Lowry has he even played for you guys?
Oh, he's
It feels-
washed, man. He's
He's
washed.
done. And what's sad, your
Yeah,
best player,
washed.
Tyrese Maxey, is kind of now he's like in this limbo where maybe
Yeah,
his
I know.
career's getting wasted. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Dude, that was a shame, man, because Jared McCain was playing good basketball. Dude, that guy was going to win
He was
Rookie of the
rookie of the
Year.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It was fun, man, and then it's just so bad. The Sixers fans are so depressed. Right? We're
say
so depressed.
Game losing
Say it.
streak. They're one.
Bro, when you're in a hole that does not look like you can get out of realistically for at least 4 years, it's a really bad feeling, man.
Yeah.
I just want you to say it, Sam. I want to hear
No,
it. Say it.
that the Sixers are the Cowboys of the NBA. Yes, yeah, we
Yeah!
are.
I wish I had my sound bits. Oh my gosh.
I can't
Yes.
believe
I
after that
hate you.
LeBron Jordan argument, you guys could agree on something like that so
Yeah.
easily.
They're
But
just,
you're
they're
right,
just
man.
terrible, dude.
Like that's the
Owners.
difference in like our season. You know what I mean? Like the Utah. Okay, yeah, we're in full on tank mode. That's what we're supposed to be doing right now, and we have very clear direction, and we're stacking up these picks like the Thunder have.
Yeah.
What the hell are the Sixers doing?
Bro, you know what? Maybe I'm so stupid, but maybe
Hey,
look
he's
at this.
doing this. He's doing
Yeah,
this.
I
Hold
am. I am. Dude,
Oh,
maybe next year we get flag. Maybe we tank so bad.
that's gonna be tough because you guys are still got 10 wins on the.
No, next year he's not coming out this year.
Yeah, he said
He
he's gonna
said
go back.
Yeah.
he said he wants to come back.
I think he's gonna stay in Duke, dude.
There's no way.
I
Well,
hope he does. I want him.
What if he gets injured, bro? Like, he's not like the number one we've seen in a while because we obviously had Zion, we had Wemby, but Cooper Flag is that's
Oh
who
my
I want.
god,
You can't take it from us. Utah needs
bro.
him. We need him worse than you. You got your franchise player, and you fucked
he
up
just
with him, but
sucks.
you got
And
him, and he
he
doesn't
can't stay
play.
healthy.
I don't. This is so depressing,
Hell
man. I
no.
can't believe
Did you
it.
hear Did you see the video of the "Let's Go Celtics" chants erupting in Philly in your home
Yeah.
stadium?
Oh yeah. We were. I when we lost the other night, last night or the night before, the fans booed or the fans cheered when the other team hit the game winner because we want to tank now
On a
too.
tank. Oh, it's
Yeah.
You have to, right? Like you have to, yeah. And you got to get into what you're saying, like that. You're wanting that top three. That's where you got the real good.
I'm looking
receivers.
at I'm fact checking myself. Lottery odds. I'm so sorry. Tankathon. Here it is. I think the first three teams have a 14% chance, and then the fourth team has a 12%, the fifth team a 10, and the Sixers are sitting at a 9% chance.
I do know that like the top three. We need to do a little bit more digging on it, but I do know the top three teams do have the same odds.
Yeah,
And then after
Similar.
that,
It looks like number one has 14. Number
It
two
is.
has 13.4. Number three has 12.7.
so pretty
And
close.
number four has 12. I think that's what we're looking at.
no, I think you're going across there. That's
Oh, you're going down. I see. What you're saying.
what you're doing right there is Washington has a 14 if you're looking at what I am.
New Orleans and so does Utah. Yep, I see what you're saying. I was going across. Yeah.
You want the top 3.
Top
Yep.
three has the same odds, and then
Bro, how bad is Charlotte right now? Are they bad? Look at me.
that's terrible.
I'm staring at the ceiling, Fies.
It feels good, man.
You're
It
gonna
feels.
stay for another year. Come on.
Hey, imagine freaking getting excited for tanking. At least in one sport, I have a successful team. Okay,
Bro,
one
the whole
sport.
Yeah,
Bro,
Feist
the
is
whole-
on the complete opposite end. Look at you two. You got the Dallas Cowboys in one league, the Philadelphia Eagles in one, and then we go to the NBA. We switch it up.
we tanked for 4 years, guys. That's what we
Yeah.
did. We started that whole bullshit,
You guys were
dude.
when we first started watching the NBA. I feel like it was the
Bro,
76ers.
we
the
got-
worst franchise.
Listen to this. We got Embiid, and then we got this is great, Ben freaking Simmons, dude.
Yep.
Rookie of the year, got it over.
And then we
Donovan.
got Markelle Fultz. We chose Markelle Fultz over Jason Tatum, dude.
Well, and remember, so you guys had like 4 years straight, and then remember Joel Okafor? I don't know if you remember him.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh!
I think he was like the
He was the
third
third
pick. Yeah,
Okay.
dude,
Like,
we
I
are the
remember there
worst
was, like-
drafters. We are the worst drafters, y'all. Sixers tickets last night were $2.
Same for the Jazz tonight, man. $4
Yo,
$2.
at this
no
point, we
fees.
can afford to sit in the front. We can sit right
Bro,
next to the players, dude.
bro,
Catch up with Embiid.
$2, dude.
That's insane. That
You feel it?
is insane,
After what your
man.
season was supposed to be, after what you've been, man. That's why I keep sending all those memes of all these events that have happened before Embiid has made a conference
Yeah,
finals.
it's so bad.
It sucks, man, because you
I
know what?
hate
All
my
the shit we're
team.
talking, he is a great player when he's on the
Oh,
court, man.
yeah.
He could do some real damage, but the dude
Yeah.
just cannot stay healthy, dude. And
A
No.
30,
nobody on
40
that team
piece
can.
easily.
And
Yeah.
Easily.
dude, guys, we haven't talked about in the Eastern Conference, the top dogs right now, Cleveland. How about Cleveland right now, dude? They're the other team, 47-10 with the 11 point differential, dude. They're having a crazy season. I think they started out like 15-0, 16-0 or something this season before the Celtics beat them, who are 6 games behind them. We obviously know the Celtics are going to be there when it comes playoff time. Can Cleveland compete with them in the playoffs? We'll see. The Knicks having a good season with Cat 37-20, and then the Bucks 32-24 at the 4th seed. They just got Kyle Kuzma in a trade for Chris Middleton and a couple other guys. Like I thought that was a
Yeah.
good trade, and we've seen Kuzma actually try to play some defense
Bro,
lately. And to be that third scorer, because that's the thing is Kuzma was like kind of the number one guy in that shitty Washington Wizards team. But I like him as the number 3 option for Milwaukee. They might be able to do something.
I just have to say that they played Chris Middleton so bad, bro. They made it sound like that was their number 2 guy with Giannis this whole entire time. And then they trade for Dame. And they're like, oh, you're our third guy. Don't worry. And then he couldn't stay really healthy, right? So it kind of that played a little bit of a factor. But to trade him and get Kyle Kuzma, that's a huge dub for them because Kyle Kuzma can come off the bench if you need him to, and he could give you a 15, 20 point game. And that's
Yeah,
kind of what they need because you can have Dame and freaking Giannis drop whatever points that they want to, but they didn't have that bench, that
yeah, that's what
six
I'm saying.
man
If
guy.
Dame, yeah, if Dame has a bad, Dame has an off game because he's a shooter. I mean, Embiid, or sorry, Embiid, not even talk that like that guy's actually on the court. Giannis Antetokounmpo, um, he's going to get his unless he's being double triple teamed all night. And then
Yep.
Lillard, he's a shooter. If he has an off night, that's where Kuzma can, really come in clutch for them. Like you said, even if it's off the bench, if it's on the floor or on the starting lineup, I think that'll be good for him. I think that East is going to be interesting, man. I think those are the class of the field. Even though the Pacers are 32-24, don't really know
Nah.
what they are right now. Hey, we got to shout this out. The Detroit Pistons are 32-26 this year, man. Cade
Yeah.
Cunningham, all-star. They are on a 7-game winning streak right now, and that's the first time they've had a 6-game winning streak since 2014. 10 plus years, man. That got to give them something. I know he only played for us for a little bit, but Malik Beasley, he's a dog, and he's having his best season. He's already broke their franchise record for most threes in a season or something like that, and he broke it like 10 games ago. Like they put together a good team. And Fies, do we know the head coach of the Pistons? Didn't he get fired when we were talking about him?
Oh, we talked about it at the beginning of the season. I don't remember who it was.
JB Bickerstaff. Yeah, he got fired by the Cavs last year.
Yep.
That's right. And that's what we were talking about. Like, why did they fire him? And hey, that the Cavs have gotten better for sure, but he's brought Detroit back to relevancy, man.
But
Detroit they used to be the Philadelphia 76ers, and now the Philadelphia 76ers are the Philadelphia 76ers.
yeah, and that coach, like when he had his season with the Cavs, we both were like that
Because
doesn't
he was
make
like
sense to us.
four seed, and then they
Yeah,
lost Celtics, who won the championship, right?
basically.
Yeah.
So it didn't make sense, but it's good for him because he understands those young guys because that's what he had with the Cavs. Like
Mm-hmm.
he understands that young mentality, that young how to get the best game out of them. And like you said, Cade Cunningham is now having a great season, and they just have really young crew working together. And hey, maybe they might do the same formula and turn things around like the OKC did, and eventually maybe the Jazz do, but I just think that it's the whole mentality of having young guys start developing, freaking build off of the draft. Unlike the 76ers, they just don't know what they're drafting every year. Just have to do it. But when you're building off of that draft and you're letting those young crew really work together, it just shows. So I huge props to him, dude, and huge props to the Pistons because they're no longer the freaking chumps of the NBA. So
And Tobias Harris, their last game, led them in plus 18.
and he
Imagine
was on
that.
the bench.
No, he started. He started. He
I'm just
started.
Yeah,
Played
kidding.
38 minutes.
I'm
38
just
minutes.
kidding.
Imagine a positive plus minus, man.
he only. I think he's scoring 15 a game, and George is scoring like 17. The rebounds are the same.
Yeah.
He has a few
They're
more.
just the same player.
A few more assists than Tobias, but George is shooting freaking 40%. Tobias shoots almost 50.
Yeah, he was 9 for 13 in their last game, man.
Well, he's real efficient. He actually has a short game. He actually has a
range.
he
A
does.
mid-range.
He has a little backup post game because he's like 6'8", and he always getting covered by a smaller guy. And
Yeah.
dude,
Hey.
we have Paul George for 4 years. That's what I'm saying. This is hopeless, man.
You guys
It's
got
hopeless.
fucked. See, we got some hope. The Jazz can hope for you can hope for Cooper Flag, man, but there ain't no way he's not coming to the NBA. He is
There could be a challenge, bro, because
locked in number one. Like 100, you can't pass that up.
but you look at it, I think he probably has a one or two competitions this year versus next year. I don't even know who they're even talking about for next year, right?
I don't know.
Like
who they're
maybe
talking about
this year
I
he
know
has.
they do. I have heard they do have some good guys in like the top 5, but Cooper Flag, he
Is
is
the guy.
he is like he is on the level. I'm not saying he's better, but like in recent years, Zion and Wemby, like that's the hype that he has. So
But you look at what happened to Fat Boy Zion. Talk about a guy that needs to freaking franchise that just trust him and has weight issues. Freaking, let's go back to the Cavs doing that. What
that
an
is the
idiot.
worst, man. That is the
So
worst. Zion could be
if Zions could do it,
so insane.
yeah.
And we never get to see him, man. You know what we do get to see tomorrow? We definitely got to tune into this. Mavericks, Lakers in LA tomorrow night. So gotta tune into that. Got to see how that turns out. I think that's the first game that they're playing against each other. So I can't wait for that. We're looking at the odds right now. Okay, go ahead.
But is everybody for the Mavs playing?
Not Anthony Davis. I don't know if we mentioned that.
That's what I'm saying. He's hurt, dude.
So his first game he played with the Mavericks, he had like 26 and like 13 in the third quarter, and then he went down, and he hasn't played since.
Typical Anthony Davis, man.
You're not getting the goods
Full
during
thing.
the game. Yeah.
Even right now, like Lakers favored by 8.5, 77.6% chance to win, but you never know.
Maybe
Maybe we can watch Luka go for like a 55 piece just to shit on him. You know what I mean? And then he can flash. All of a sudden, he already has a 6-pack, so he just like rips his jersey up and flashes it at.
Dude, I would whatever. I'm serious. You know what I'm gonna do tonight? As soon as we go, I'm betting Luka over. He'll score. He'll go over. I don't care what they have, Matt. What do they have? Let me see. Go ahead. You guys keep talking.
He's cooking for sure. I was just gonna say, what if Kyrie is over here pulling the strings and doing some his voodoo shit that he does on the court, and he freaking got Luka traded, man. He got Luka traded, man.
It's not the Alaska that he does, right? He's doing
that. He doing that. I don't even know the voodoo
stage. That's what that he was.
Yeah, the voodoo stage.
What do we got? I'm looking 30.5. I think. Yeah, his over under 30.5.
Oh, I go over. I'm telling you, I'm betting it. I'm betting that, dude. All day.
We'll have to see it, man. And hey, let's do this since we're still a couple months before the NBA season concludes, but the regular season. Let's make our playoff predictions. What's an early who you got in the NBA Finals? Feist, we'll start with you.
Ooh.
You don't have to pick a winner yet, but who are the two teams going to make it?
Dude, oh man, that's tough.
Come on.
Come on. I think my Thunder have a chance, bro. As much as I keep talking about this LeBron thing, I think it's gonna be the Thunder. Oh man, my dream scenario: Thunder Cavs. Dream
That would be
scenario.
nice.
But
I'm
I think it's gonna be the Celtics. I think it's gonna be the Celtics and the Nuggets, bro.
There you go. Simon, what do you think? Who you got?
It's the worst possible scenario for
Uh-oh.
me. Who
Uh-oh.
do you think? What
Who you got?
teams would I hate the most?
The
The
Celtics.
Celtics.
Yes. And the
Not you don't think the
Lakers.
Lakers are gonna go, do
Yeah.
ya?
I think that this is, dude, if
That would
Le-
be a
I
storyline.
am telling
Viewership.
you,
Viewership.
bro,
Son, son
It's
and
written.
father. Well, you get son and father win a championship, first time ever. You get Luca, like you get Luca freaking getting handed the keys. Like viewership wise, time
it will
Yep.
be huge.
Do it that way.
cooking.
Get the markets. Get the big markets in there.
Now
Yep.
that's what I'm most afraid of. I
And you
think,
bring that. Well, you bring back the rivalry too, right?
yeah,
The
you're,
Lakers Suns
Yeah.
rivalry.
we're
You
about to
get
see. If there's one thing LeBron is, dude, the dude knows basketball. That he knows what's going on the court better than anybody, dude.
yeah, yeah.
He is a general out there. He just gets the game, and if he can make this work,
With
if
Luca.
anyone can make this work, and we're gonna see in the next month, man, you are gonna know. Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, if they start rolling, and you're like, oh, whoa,
Well, no. Yeah,
and
that's
I
a
will
that's
hate
a
my
good
life.
point. I think the Celtics are still the best team in the
Yeah.
NBA. They have been in a class of their own. Cleveland is having a great season. I think when you get it to a game 7 or a 7-game series, I think that they definitely are going to take that. And I'm going to give the same thing with the Nuggets and the Thunder. I let's say this. I think that the Lakers story is great and you make some great points, but if you look at the top to bottom team, the Thunder and the Nuggets, I think are in a league of their own as far as the Western Conference goes, and they should win. If the Lakers win, we don't know. I could see the Nuggets winning Game 7 against the Thunder in Oklahoma to make the finals. And we got, I think I agree with you, Feist, Celtics and Nuggets in the finals.
Well, and the thing is like you look at it from a selling standpoint. Simon is on point. Like you would love to see the rivalry again. You getting
That
people
would be
talking
amazing.
about it.
Because that's the thing,
But
Denver not as big of a market. If Cleveland even makes it, I feel like you don't even get as big of a
nobody's
thing,
beating the Celtics in the East, bro.
No,
Period.
but
Like
you
the
had
question
Lakers,
is always,
you have LeBron, you have Luca. Yeah, that would
Hate
be
the Celtics.
fireworks, man.
I'm hoping for my Thunder, but I just don't think with the way these teams have that veteran presence and they've been there and done it, I just don't see them getting there and winning it.
I hope they
But
can,
at
man.
the,
I'll root for them. I'll tell you that. I'll root for them.
but they're gonna be like Detroit. They're gonna be
Yeah.
how the Detroit Lions had a great season. Everybody's cheering them on for the last 2 years, and what happened?
Yeah.
The underdog came short once again, and I think that's
Yeah.
probably what's gonna happen to them, sadly.
I'll tell you what, man. Once the screws get turned up in the playoffs with the defense, I get scared of young teams. I do,
True.
and you know what I'm saying, and how they're going to respond to a lot of defensive pressure. That's just me. That's why the Nuggets are the safer pick
Yeah.
coming out of the West. I mean, they're the safer pick, and then the Celtics. You know,
Obviously. Yeah.
I hate the
All right.
Celtics so much.
What an NBA special, man. That was crazy. We missed this for sure. I mean, we got one of the most heated LeBron and Jordan debates I've ever seen in my life.
That was not.
Hey.
There's not a debate between LeBron and Jordan. Okay,
That's true.
there
Wasn't
might be a debate between Kobe and LeBron, but
Yeah.
there is not a debate there.
Man,
No.
we'll see.
I
Hey,
can.
what if LeBron wins his 5th title? Then we'll have a different conversation at that point.
Dude, he won.
if, like you said, he makes the NBA Finals, you never know. But we'll have
One of his titles was a bubble final, dude, in the freaking COVID bubble when we were all like
we got in a bubble, dog.
sick and dying, and nobody gave a shit.
You know what's funny though? I don't think LeBron will ever not either have the Mavs things against him, the bubble against him, and the record in the NBA. Like for me, I have a couple of things against Jordan, right? But then LeBron, you can name like 4 or 5 things that he will always have against him. So it's gonna be a talk. I said this the other day. I was like, I cannot wait until my son or my kid or his friend is like, oh, freaking Wemby is the goat of the NBA. Oh, or whoever, freaking Cooper Flag or whatever staff is the freaking goat. Dude, I can't wait to have that debate. I'm a smack a fool, bro. I'm a smack a full side. At
Hey,
least
yo.
you're able to keep your composure. when
Feisty
that day
takes,
comes-
man. Feisty takes. That's why we
20
bring
years
you
from
up.
now, dude, I'm gonna have this same conversation I'm having with Simon and be like, you're an actual idiot. I know that's how you were thinking, Simon, all love, but 20 years from now, I'm gonna be doing the same things to some freaking kid that's like, Cooper Flag is the freaking GOAT of the NBA. It goes Cooper, Kobe, and MJ, and LeBron. It's the other thing too is people that are like, it's MJ, it's Kobe, it's Larry Bird, it's Magic Johnson, and they get to the 6th and they're like, it's LeBron. He's not even my top 5, and I'm like, those are the people that get me the most, man. Those are the people that get me the most.
When it's all said and done, Syme's never going to change his mind. Feist's never going to change his mind.
Yep.
What we got to appreciate is the greatness that the NBA maybe can be. And maybe the Lakers Celtics finals, like Syme predicts, will be the way to save it. Maybe that'll be the way to save the NBA. We got to figure out a way. But hey, we're still gonna, at the end of the day, we're still gonna watch this shit. We're still gonna be involved. We're still gonna watch it. I mean, these guys are great. So wow, that was quite a special for the NBA Roundups. Return to your favorite couch potatoes. Thank you all for joining us. Make sure to check out all the clips on Instagram, YouTube Shorts, and TikTok, and then check out full episodes dropping every Thursday on YouTube and Spotify. Until next time, we'll catch you on the couch. See ya.